Out for a jog. They're gonna jog really slowly now. It stinks that I gotta do this by the water too, though, because they're gonna run into the water. And I'm probably just not even gonna bother looting them. Smashy Hup has contributed 3,000 to the Steam Key giveaway. Thank you. Yeah, I need to get rid of these Steam Keys. I actually need to re-up my Humble Bundle so I can get even more. I'm gonna do that. I'll do that on payday. Be gone. Be feared. I like that he's jogging down the beach. Smashy Up asks, how's it going? It's going. How are you doing? Just doing some nice light fear kiting here on these weird looking birdmen. These guys must spend some time in the gym. They look pretty they look pretty muscular. Look at them. They're short kings. Short kings hitting it in the gym. Smashy Up is raiding with a party of one. That's all we need. We just need Smashy Up. Thanks for coming back. Smashy Up asks, did you end up trying the raptors? That's kind of like next up on the agenda. This is me just dipping my toes in the water here. Neutral Rocket says, must not taste very good. They look tough. Yeah, I don't think these are birds for eating. They don't look very tasty at all. Let's see. I need a solo bird. Here's a Lightfoot. I wonder if he's related to Gordon Lightfoot. That Canadian singer-songwriter. Smashy Up says, did you end up getting any Necro spell drops in City of Mist? I did not. Unfortunately, I did not. I have not gotten lucky yet. We're hoping that... I don't think I'm going to get him here because these guys are probably not high enough. But I'm hoping that raptors will be kind to me, but for right now I'm just trying to get some experience. Just trying to get the bar moving. I did go hand in the almost all of the items that I need for the next skull cap. This is a weird sounding song. I'm changing this. Oh, he's getting close. Oh, they make such a weird noise too when they get hit. Wonder what this bone dust does. We can look that up when I have to meditate here. So I'm assuming these two will come together, but I might be able to split them if I need to. In fact, we're going to do that. Kevin says poisons. That's right. I think you're right. I think I looked that up a while back. The ASAG, welcome back. A high level poison. I was actually. Has anybody done poison making before? I'm really curious if it's worth going as high as you can go in it, because I see some of those poisons take like crazy amounts of skill level to make. And I don't know, do rogues actually use them, or are they just kind of like, whatever? No, don't go in the water. The ASEC says they do work, some very well, but most people don't mess with them. It looks like a huge money and like time sink. And Kevin says my buddy used to do it on red. I could see red being a place where, yeah, people would want that. I feel like people are itching to get any advantage they can on P99 red. We'll grab Mr. Lightfoot here. And Kevin says, I'm pretty sure there is a decent poison you can buy from a vendor, though. Huh. Rogue is one class like I have never played. I think the highest I've gotten on Rogue was like level 9. It just doesn't interest me. Neutral asks, any of the birds con blue still? Yeah, some of them do. Not very many though, from the way it looks. You are not wrong though about the 50s being quite the grind, because yeah, 11% into this level, I'm just like, oh. And this isn't even close to the hardest one. You'll have to let me know how 59 goes. Yeah, not being able to group. Because I feel like if I was not solo self-found, I would kind of break this up between grouping and soloing. The ASAG says the Provens go up to level 44, so they will be blue for sure. Yeah, I feel like if I was not SSF, I would probably do some like nights where I would group and nights where I would solo. But being solo self-found, we are stuck. I'm kind of in a weird spot because I'm level 51, so I need to kill higher level mobs to get better experience, but I don't have the higher level spells to do it. But the spells are really the only thing that differentiates an SSF Necro from a regular Necro, because you really don't need gear. Like, it helps, but it's not a requirement. I mean, shoot, if that guy can do it on a warrior, I can do it on a Necro. But yeah, it would be really nice to have Lich. Getting Lich will speed things up. The Spirocs go Proven is the highest level, Watcher, then Lightfoot. Ah, okay. Oh, there's a Proven up there. We should grab him at some point here. Let's see. Is he by himself? He looks pretty by himself. Kevin says, unfortunately, it was designed for you to be grouping up at this level, making it easier to get words you need from the stronger mobs. Yeah, I totally see that. Neutral Rocket says, I saw a monk soloing in Howling Stones and wrecking everything. No shocker there. The gear on monks, like a geared monk, is just crazy broken. Oh. Almost casted Harm Shield on myself. I've thought about trying to twink a monk at some point here. But then I'll become one of them. I'm not sure if I can allow myself to do that. That'd be almost like me rolling a bard. What would you guys say if I rolled a bard for my next character? Ah. Neutral Rocket says he had some expendables, some eye thing, and something to root. Huh. Medic says skip. I can confidently say that I will never roll a bard. Not because of all the stigma around bards, but just because I don't want to subject my body to that. Let's see if I can loot him. There we go. Whoa. I got really disoriented there. Well, this isn't a terrible spot, but it's just slow. I need to finish this challenge by May. What do you guys think? Am I going to finish by May? I have like 3 months. I might need to start grinding off stream. Kevin says, if you can get the spells and get into Howling Stones. I mean, I say I have to finish by May, but what'll probably happen is I'll probably look into the TLP and I'll be like, nah. Neutral Rocket says, still gotta get the key, but you have time. It's only 9 levels, right? 9 of the hardest levels in the game. Medics asks, did you hear the rumor about TLP? No, I want to hear the rumor. Share the rumor. You've got me excited. I want the juicy EQ rumors. Medic says they're starting at Omens of War. Well, then I guess I can skip it, and we have until forever to do this. If that's true. I have no interest in starting that that late. Oh shoot, there's a roamer down here. Oh goodness. Kevin says, I don't know anything about EQ outside of P99. I don't know anything about EQ past Planes of Power. Kevin asked, don't people like Luklin or POP? They do. Up to POP seems to be the cutoff, and then after that, it gets really divisive. It gets divisive at Velius, or at Luklin, basically, and then it gets divisive again after POP. So, like, generally, if people like Luklin, they like POP, but if they don't like Luklin, then they're not going to like anything after that. Medics loves all the way to... Is that Secrets of Fadewar? I'll be honest, once you name an expansion after POP, or really Eldon or Yakesha, I'm like, it could be a 2018 expansion, it could be a 2010 expansion, and I have no idea. Because, like, I'm absolutely clueless after POP. I think Omens of War, if I remember right, Omens of War came out around the same time as Warcraft, and that was like the whole trope. Everybody called it Omens of Warcraft because they tried to kind of copy WoW. Or so I'm told, and I'm not saying I'm right because I don't know. I didn't play it. But that's something that I've seen people say. Medic says anything after SOF when they brought in Merc ruined the game. Oh, that's when they brought in Mercs was after that. I kind of like my Merc on the test server. That dude wrecks stuff. It's funny to watch him fighting like 6 mobs at once and not losing any health. Oh, I knew he was going to range me. You ranged me. Let me see if I can get this proven without getting his buddy over here. At least this is a really chill spot. I can see why some people dislike Mercs though, because they are... Oh, he's going to hit me. Joke's on him, I have steel skin. The Merc really trivialized a lot of content. At least when I was playing on test. I don't know, the game just feels so different with that Merc. Kevin says, prior to 2019, the only thing I knew about EQ was that it existed. I couldn't believe the amount of X packs there were when I finally downloaded it. So I was one of those foolish people who bought like the $100 X pack, I guess you could call it. That's actually how I found P99 because I was so pissed off about the X pack being like crappy that I typed like EverQuest sucks or something into Google, and then somebody was like, "Oh, you need to play P99 or you need to play EQ Emu," and then I found P99 on the EQ Emu server list, and it was still in beta. And Kevin says, "Oh yeah, when I bought it." Smiley face. Oh, I get what you're saying. I was trying to see if I had a pirate emote, but I don't have a pirate emote. Yes, when we all legally purchased our EQ titanium clients through Amazon. And Kevin says it was pretty tough to hunt down a legit copy of titanium. Yeah, those were tough days. Those were some rough days sailing the seven seas. Yar har. Get him before he ranges. Oh, we got him. I feel like if I had Lich, I could do this with like no downtime. That would be really nice. I do think it's cool that Daybreak has an agreement with P99 and they have basically said like we won't C&D you. What do you guys think about the EQ 3 announcement? Do you think they can produce a worthy successor? And Kevin says I'm gonna hand all the birds various necro spells when you log off. I come back tomorrow and I'm like, oh dude, this bird dropped Emissary of Thule. I'm so lucky. Medic says they tried this before and failed. Yeah, EQ2 is like, it's sad how poorly they did on EQ2. I have tried so many times to like that game, and I cannot do it. Like, I tried getting it on a TLP when it launched with all the hype, and I just didn't enjoy it. I've gone to EverQuest Live or retail, EQ2 retail, and tried it and didn't like it. And the whole idea of it really is cool. Like, there's so much detail and so much depth in that game. Like, it seems like virtually every item you get in that game has some sort of on-use effect, or a on-use, or a on-equip effect, or an on-use effect. Medic says, look at all the people who lost money from EQ Next. Yeah, we don't want to talk about that. Fun fact, the EQ Next live like showcase demo was actually players controlling the enemies, and like players were physically controlling all the enemy movements in that trailer because they had never coded the AI, according to YouTube. Yeah, we'll see. I'll give it a shot. I won't knock it till I try it. It's not going to come out for like ever, and it may never even come out, right? Like, I would be shocked if they even got to launch. Like, if they get to launch, that'll already be a feat. You can't see your target. I know I said I wasn't going to go into these ramps, and I went under the ramps. Medic says, was it you who showed me a game that kind of looked like a rip from EverQuest? That's probably Monsters and Memories. I'm actually really excited for that game. It's actually really good. Medic says, "Here comes the lawsuits." I have wondered about this, and as a content creator, I have avoided saying anything about that to the devs because I have talked to the devs. They do come in from time to time. Basically, I don't want to accidentally wish that into existence because that tends to happen. M. Kevin says, "I highly doubt it." Really, the whole thing is like, are they different enough that it's like it's inspired by, but it's not considered a derivative work? That's the line they gotta toe. Because like you can't go sue like Blizzard can't sue the people who made Grim Dawn because they made an action RPG that plays a lot like Diablo, right? And that's where I kind of agree with Kevin. I highly doubt that they'll actually get sued because it's not it's directly inspired, but it's not copying. The ASAC says your M&M videos are how I discovered you here. Oh, that's cool. I actually just made another M&M video recently. And Kevin says a lot of people bring up the UI and other elements like that, but all of those are just stock assets. Yeah, we'll see. Maybe they do a little they do tweaks as they get ready to launch, and it will make it look a lot different too. Neutral Rocket says they are waiting for M&M to succeed, then they can buy it and call it EQ3. That's the pro strat there. Now I do hope M&M succeeds. It is a truly fun game to play. I think I would like the gameplay to slow down a little bit. I think the monsters die a little bit fast. But that's really my only true criticism that I have for it right now. Because EQ has that like slower pace that a lot of us like because it lends itself to more strategy. And when the enemies are dying that fast, it doesn't feel as strategic. It feels a little bit more like WoW, like newer WoW. You guys remember when WoW went from like you have to CC everything to you have to run behind a tank and AoE as much as you can? Like that's not the type of gameplay that I like. I think that happened around Wrath of the Lich King. Because I remember doing dungeons in TBC and it was like, all right, guys, like every single pull was like this football game strategy where you're like, the rogue is going to sap this dude and the mage is going to freeze this dude and the hunter is going to kite this guy into a freezing trap. And then the very next expansion was like, run behind the tank as fast as you can and spam your AoE abilities and everybody wins. That kind of made me a sad panda. That was when I started falling out of love with WoW. I was like, wait a minute. Things are changing. I can't put my finger on it, but I haven't used the CC ability in like 4 months. I haven't marked a pull in 4 months. Something's off here. Up to that point, though, I really liked it. Even TBC, I love Vanilla the most. Vanilla WoW, but TBC was still pretty good. Even early days of Wrath were still pretty good, but by the end, man, they had like totally changed the way the game played. And then they brought the hard stuff back in Cataclysm. They brought back the hard heroics, and you had to mark every pull, and you had to be very deliberate and very strategic. And then all of a sudden, what happened? Everybody took to the forums and they keyboard warriored themselves into a frenzy, and then Blizzard nerfed all the heroics, and that's when I quit. Kevin says I quit right when Kata came out. See, I played like the first 2 to 3 months of Kata, and I really liked it because I was like, oh man, they brought back the hard heroics. Because that's like my favorite content on there was 5-man stuff. And then when they nerfed it, I was like, all right, these guys just don't get it. They thought they got it, but they don't. They think they do, but they don't. Low blow. Take that, Blizzard.